Hey guys, so today is July 1st. And what does that mean for aviators? That means that the state of Florida has a bill that goes into effect today that prohibits the use of ADSB for billing for landing fees, at least for aircraft below 12,500 flying under Part 91. This is an amazing victory. It is a shame. It is an absolute crime almost that we even got to this point of needing it. But phenomenal work this last year with so many people from AOPA being involved. My friend Ron, Kim, Craig, Stacy over at AOPA, of course, Representatives Kendall and Bankson and Senator Wright and so forth. But today we celebrate not just a win for aviators, but it was a miraculous thing in the sense that we actually had the state of Florida pass this bipartisan with almost unanimous support. The only objectors were the senator and the congressman for both under the districts for the Kissimmee or Gateway Airport and the Orlando Executive Airports. None of those came to us with any questions, and I know that they represent the airport directors and managers for those airports that have been pushing this narrative and trying to get the billing preserved for ADSB. I do understand, just a heads up, that the director of aviation or the director for the airport at Kissimmee is planning on pushing forward with the same landing fee structure and probably increasing it later in the year. They are switching from ADSB to a camera system, so the same things still apply. If your aircraft is below 5,000 pounds, you get one landing free per day. Outside of that, you will be billed for every landing at $3 for every 1,000 pounds, including touch and goes, which to me is just absolute madness. And this airport does seem to be really determined to make the ease of revenue collection trump aviation safety. Why would we bill aircraft operators to do touch and goes that are needed to keep us safer in the sky and keep our skills proficient? It just makes no sense, other than the need for money is clearly more important than the need to make sure that our pilots are flying safe and the airport's contributing to aviation. So if you happen to be flying in and around Orlando, strongly encourage you to avoid the Kissimmee Gateway Airport. And it's not just me. Go look at the airport comments in ForeFlight. I will say that the tenants on the field are becoming few and far between. Many hangars that were once waitlisted just even a year ago are just incredibly open availability today. And there's the reason is obvious, right? So stay away from Kissimmee Gateway Airport until we get leadership with some common sense in there, which we don't have at the moment. So today is a great victory, and we've got it. I will also add that I got news last week that the state of Louisiana just passed a bill that goes into effect on August 1st as well. So we've got Montana, Florida, and Louisiana done. There is a federal bill. Be on the lookout for anything from AOPA with a call to action in support of the Alert Act. And if we can get that done at the federal level, all of this goes away for everybody, which would be amazing. Otherwise, we just keep chipping at it state by state. And very happy to see that legislators, when you explain it, it's a common sense thing. I can't believe we're here. It's absolutely reckless and irresponsible that we are here, even having to have the conversation. But nonetheless, here we are. So that's where we're at. And so today is a great day to celebrate. Of course, it's now July 4th weekend is upon us. 250 years of this great experiment in freedom that we call America. And we are definitely having problems as we're going through. I think corruption is seen everywhere. People do have concerns about their rights, and government's gotten pretty big and pretty intrusive. But we are still one of the freest places in the country. And if this ADSB fight hasn't taught us anything, it should be that we, the people, still have some power and influence if we approach things right. And we need to hold our elected officials accountable. And for those that aren't aware, the mayor of Kissimmee is also under investigation after a investigation from the chief financial officer for the state of Florida. And the reason that's relevant is it's that mayor that we've asked for help and oversight with this out-of-control airport director. And we've not had any real benefit or help there. And so as the corruption starts getting exposed, people get maybe uncomfortable and hopefully out of the positions that they really aren't ready to handle. We'll start seeing some restoration of integrity and character and the right things, into our society. So let's keep our fingers crossed, but do your part. Show up, vote, go to committee meetings, go to your local, town hall meetings, have your voice heard, and don't just say we can't do anything. Don't sit down and just take it. Fight, fight, fight for what's right, and try to do it in as respectful of a way as you can. Try not to make too many enemies, but sometimes if you make the right enemies, you're just doing the right thing. So anyway, that's where we're at with all the ADSB stuff, and very happy to celebrate it again today in Florida. It's a beautiful, wonderful day, and I appreciate everybody's support, everybody driving this through. On a completely separate note, and just a personal update, my co-owners and I did sell our Mooney. We had this beautiful Mooney. It's up over here. And we ended up parting. My co-owners aren't flying so much anymore, and so it was just time to sell it. For me, it was great because I no longer have a presence on the Kissimmee Gateway Airport at all, and so that's awesome. It's just turned into such a terrible airport. I'm glad to get free of it. So I might get another aircraft at some point, and I'll probably find a better airfield. Well, any airfield is almost better than this, but I'll find a pilot-friendly airfield, and there are still some around. And we'll go from there. But what's interesting is I had a Sentry, and wouldn't you know it, the day before I flew this to its new owner, my Sentry died. And so I was looking at what to do. I know that Boeing has sold ForeFlight now to another company that is not aviation-based, and I don't know about any of you, but I'm just kind of worried of where that's going. So far, I haven't had any problem. I think ForeFlight is an amazing app. It's one of my... It's just better than liquid gold as is, right? And but I was just thinking, in the event that this starts going sideways, I don't want to have to invest in another ADSB receiver and not be so reliant on just the ForeFlight system. So I did buy a Stratus 4 and took it for a first ride today, and it was really weird. So I was getting traffic at one point, no problem. I was seeing all my traffic and altitudes and everything, and then all of a sudden, I just get the arrows showing where traffic is, but no altitude indicators unless you touch on it, and no climbing, descend references. So if anyone's seen that, I'd really love to hear, put a comment in. Let me know what you have experienced, or if there's some easy thing that I'm overlooking, because it's a new ADSB receiver for me. But yeah, that was just kind of interesting. Other than that, it's fantastic. The one thing I really like about the Stratus 4 is that it has the Apple Find My. And I don't know if anybody else struggles with this, but once in a while I just lose stuff. I might, particularly with rental aircraft or flying with Civil Air Patrol and bouncing from plane to plane. Should I leave this behind with the Apple Find My, I'll be able to locate it. So I'll keep you updated on how my experiences are with that. It's been so far pretty good. I just got to figure out why I wasn't getting the altitude. Thankfully, more than that, the weather was coming in, and the airport that I was trying to go to was socked in under a big cloud of red on the radar, so it gave me enough heads up to kind of spin around and circle for a bit where I was at to let the weather clear and ensure a safe landing. So that's it from GA Watchtower for now. Thank you to everybody who flew out and joined our celebration of this first day of independence from ADSB billing, and maybe we'll start to see some changes in how aviation's being managed, how airport managers are actually solving the equations. And maybe we'll start seeing some better decisions from some of the folks that have just displayed incompetency, in my opinion, so far. So we'll see where that goes. I hope you have a great day. Fly safe, and thank you so much.